Breaking news: celebration turned to chaos in Liverpool after a car struck a crowd of fans during the club's Premier League trophy parade. UK police say a man has been detained after the vehicle collided with supporters celebrating the team's victory. The incident happened as thousands packed the streets to cheer their football heroes. Several people were treated at the scene, though details on injuries are still emerging. Authorities have launched an investigation, but stress this does not appear to be terror-related. What should have been a night of joy ended in shock, but fans are standing strong. The U.S. Supreme Court has declined to hear a case involving a Massachusetts student banned from school for wearing a shirt that criticized the transgender movement. The student, a middle schooler, was disciplined after refusing to remove a shirt that read, "There are only two genders." School officials said the shirt violated their dress code policy on hate. The case sparked a national free speech debate, with some arguing the students' rights were violated, while others defended the school's decision as protecting LGBTQ+ students. By refusing to hear the case, the High Court lets the lower court's ruling stand, keeping the student's suspension in place. What do you think, free speech or hate speech? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Breaking news from northwest London. A devastating house fire in Brent has claimed the lives of a mother and her 3 children. Fire crews rushed to Tillet Close in Stonebridge around 1:20 a.m. Saturday. Despite efforts by 70 firefighters and 8 engines, a 43-year-old woman, her 15-year-old daughter, and 2 sons aged 8 and 4 were pronounced dead at the scene. 2 other relatives, including a woman in her 70s and a teenage girl, were rescued and hospitalized. A 41-year-old man was arrested on suspicion of murder and remains in custody. Authorities continue investigating the cause of the blaze. Community leaders are offering support as the neighborhood mourns this heartbreaking loss. For the latest updates, subscribe, tap the notification bell, and share your thoughts and condolences in the comments. President Donald Trump has unveiled a significant partnership between U.S. Steel and Japan's Nippon Steel, ensuring that U.S. Steel will maintain its headquarters in Pittsburgh. This collaboration is projected to inject $14 billion into the U.S. economy over the next 14 months and create at least 70,000 jobs. Previously, the Biden administration had blocked Nippon Steel's full acquisition of U.S. Steel due to national security concerns. However, President Trump has endorsed this strategic partnership, emphasizing the preservation of U.S. Steel's American identity. This deal marks a pivotal moment in the steel industry, balancing foreign investment with domestic interests. Breaking news: in a stunning move, the Trump administration has revoked Harvard University's ability to enroll international students, sparking outrage across the academic world. Officials say the decision was made over national security concerns and claims that Harvard failed to comply with federal reporting rules. But Harvard calls the move unlawful and retaliatory, insisting it threatens the futures of over 6,800 international students currently enrolled. The university plans to fight back, potentially setting the stage for another high-profile legal battle between Trump and elite academic institutions. Critics warn this could damage America's reputation as a destination for global talent. Will Harvard be able to reverse this? Stay tuned for updates. Breaking news: President Donald Trump has just announced a new 25% tariff on Canadian metals. This move comes after Ontario officials threatened to tax electricity exports to the U.S., escalating tensions between the two neighbors. The White House says the tariff is aimed at protecting American industry, but Canadian officials are calling it retaliation. Experts warn this could spark a broader trade war, driving up costs for manufacturers on both sides. Is this the start of a new trade battle? For more news, like, comment your thoughts. Breaking news: the UK's inflation rate has jumped to 3.5% in the year to April, driven largely by rising energy and water bills. Households are feeling the pressure as utility costs climb, reversing the downward trend seen earlier this year. The sharp increase raises concerns about the Bank of England's next move on interest rates, with economists warning that this could delay any cuts. Food prices remain high, and core inflation, excluding food and energy, also remains stubborn. As living costs rise again, families and businesses across the UK are bracing for a tougher economic stretch. Stay tuned for more updates and don't forget to subscribe for the latest news. Breaking news: the Ghanaian cedi is performing well this week, with the current exchange rate at approximately $1 equals 11.90 GHS. This marks a steady improvement, driven by stronger foreign reserves and growing investor confidence in Ghana's economy. Breaking news: in a surprising twist, President Trump is backing the White House doctors. Despite ongoing concerns about a potential missed prostate cancer diagnosis for President Biden during his time in office, Trump remains confident in the medical team that serves the White House. The White House has responded, emphasizing their trust in the health professionals who evaluate the nation's leaders. This situation raises critical questions about health protocols for presidents. As this story unfolds, will it lead to greater scrutiny of presidential health transparency? In a shocking turn of events, President Trump's highly anticipated Big, Beautiful bill has hit a major roadblock. The bill failed to pass the House Budget Committee on Friday, leaving GOP leaders scrambling for a solution. This setback is a significant blow to the party's legislative agenda, with a House-wide vote originally planned for next week. Trump's ambitious proposal aimed to reshape key policies, but internal divisions within the party are now coming to light. With party unity at stake, will GOP leaders find a way to regroup and move forward? Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story. Breaking news: today, we're diving into a hot topic that affects millions: prescription drug prices. President Donald Trump is making headlines with his ongoing efforts to lower these costs. But what are his latest proposals? Trump has introduced several initiatives aimed at making medications more affordable. One key proposal? Allowing the importation of cheaper drugs from countries like Canada. He is also pushing for price transparency, requiring pharmacies to disclose prices up front. This aims to help consumers make informed choices about their medications, but are these measures effective? While some patients report savings, many still struggle with high prices. The debate continues. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Breaking news: in an unprecedented address, Pope Leo XIV has called for a radical shift in how we approach social justice and technology. His Holiness emphasized the importance of inclusivity, urging nations to come together to support marginalized communities. He stated, "A world united in compassion is a world transformed." We must embrace technology, but not at the cost of our humanity. AI should serve all, not just the privileged. The Pope's message resonates as discussions on ethical AI gain momentum worldwide. He calls for transparency and accountability in tech development. In a world facing division, Pope Leo XIV reminds us that love and solidarity are our greatest tools for change. Stay tuned for more updates on this inspiring journey towards a more just future. Breaking news: today, we begin with a controversial moment that's making headlines around the world. President Donald Trump is once again under fire after reviving a debunked and racially charged narrative, this time, during a high-level meeting at the White House with the President of South Africa. During the tense sit-down, President Trump reportedly brought up the controversial claim of so-called white genocide in South Africa, alleging that white farmers are being targeted in violent land seizures and attacks. The South African president, in response, strongly refuted those claims and emphasized the country's commitment to democratic land reform and equality. The term white genocide has long circulated in far-right and conspiracy theory circles, but it has been widely discredited by human rights organizations, global monitoring groups, and even U.S. intelligence agencies. There is no credible evidence of a systematic campaign targeting white South Africans. The South African government has repeatedly stated that land redistribution is being handled through legal and constitutional channels. In 2018, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa emphasized that the goal is to correct historical injustices, not to target any specific group. While violence against farmers does exist in South Africa, says Dr. Linda Matladi, a political analyst in Johannesburg, the idea that it amounts to a genocide is not only inaccurate, it's dangerously misleading. While violence against farmers does exist in South Africa, says Dr. Linda Matladi, a political analyst in Johannesburg, the idea that it amounts to a genocide is not only inaccurate, it's dangerously misleading. Despite the facts, Trump's comments align with narratives pushed by extremist voices and alt-right influencers online. His remarks come at a time of heightened global sensitivity around race, nationalism, and misinformation. In 2018, Trump tweeted that he had instructed then-Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to investigate the situation of white farmers in South Africa, a tweet that caused diplomatic strain and prompted an official response from the South African government, rejecting what they called false information. This week's meeting was intended to foster bilateral cooperation, but the sudden reintroduction of this inflammatory topic has instead widened a rift. Back home in South Africa, political leaders and civil rights groups condemned Trump's remarks, calling them divisive and irresponsible. Meanwhile, U.S. civil rights organizations say such rhetoric not only undermines diplomacy, but could also incite hate and violence domestically. The Southern Poverty Law Center issued a statement saying, echoing a white nationalist myth from the presidential podium legitimizes dangerous ideologies that thrive on fear, not facts. As of now, the White House has not provided any specific data or intelligence to support President Trump's claims, and no follow-up briefing has been scheduled. This story is far from over, and the international fallout may continue in the days ahead. For now, experts urge viewers to rely on verified sources and avoid the spread of harmful misinformation. Stay with us for continuing coverage. Breaking news: the U.S. State Department has ordered embassies and consulates worldwide to pause new student visa appointments. According to a diplomatic cable obtained by CNN, the delay comes as the U.S. moves to expand social media screening and vetting for all student visa applicants. While current visa holders and those with approved applications aren't affected, new applicants will likely face delays in the coming weeks. Officials say the move aims to enhance national security, but critics warn it may deter international students and harm educational institutions relying on global talent. Universities and immigration advocates are closely watching for updated guidelines. For more updates, subscribe to our channel. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the latest drama in Congress that could spell trouble for Donald Trump's agenda. A faction of hardline Republicans has just blocked a crucial bill in committee, throwing a wrench into the works for House GOP leaders. This move highlights the growing divisions within the party. With tensions high, can House leaders unite their members and push Trump's initiatives forward? Trump has been rallying support for his agenda, but this setback could undermine his efforts and create political embarrassment. Stay tuned as we keep you updated on this unfolding story. A terrifying scene in Chandler's Ford, England: an electric car exploded into flames while charging overnight on a family driveway. The 5 a.m. blaze destroyed 3 vehicles, badly damaged a 550,000-pound home, and sent flames shooting from windows and doors. Thankfully, the family escaped unharmed, but neighbors were shaken by the explosion. Similar EV fires have been reported recently in Worcester and Liverpool, sparking safety concerns around overnight charging. Firefighters say electric car fires are harder to extinguish and can reignite unexpectedly. Is EV battery safety being overlooked? Comment your thoughts. Breaking news: Walmart, the retail giant, is set to raise prices on a range of products. Why? The ongoing impact of tariffs on Chinese goods, implemented during the Trump administration, is hitting hard. Walmart's CEO stated that these tariffs are still too high, making it tough for the company to absorb costs while keeping profit margins slim. Expect to see price hikes on groceries, toys, electronics, and more in the coming weeks. This decision highlights how trade policies affect everyday consumers. What do you think about rising prices? Let us know in the comments. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have some heartbreaking news from northeastern Ukraine. A Russian strike has hit a passenger bus, resulting in the deaths of 9 people. This tragic event unfolded just hours after peace talks between Russia and Ukraine. It's a stark reminder of the ongoing violence and the challenges both nations face in finding a resolution. Despite diplomatic efforts, incidents like this highlight how fragile the situation remains. Our thoughts are with the victims and their families during this difficult time. Make sure to stay tuned for updates on this developing story. If you found this video informative, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more news coverage. Breaking news from southern France: Nearly 45,000 residents in and around Nice were left without electricity on Sunday after a major electrical transformer was deliberately set on fire overnight. Nice Mayor Christian Estrosi confirmed the incident, calling it an act of arson and a serious attack on public infrastructure. The fire caused widespread blackouts, affecting homes, businesses, and local transportation. Emergency crews worked throughout the morning to restore power, with most services now back online. French authorities have launched a criminal investigation to determine who was behind the blaze. This attack has raised concerns about the vulnerability of energy infrastructure across Europe. Stay tuned for more updates as the investigation unfolds. Breaking news: Russia has launched its largest drone attack on Ukraine overnight, striking multiple cities in a sweeping offensive. According to Ukrainian officials, over 100 drones were deployed, damaging energy infrastructure and residential areas. The escalation comes just hours after U.S. President Donald Trump labeled Russian President Vladimir Putin as absolutely crazy during a press briefing, warning of increasing global instability. Ukrainian air defense says it shot down most of the drones, but some managed to hit targets, causing blackouts and injuring civilians. International leaders are calling for de-escalation, while Trump's remarks are drawing sharp reactions worldwide. Stay with us for updates and expert analysis. Pope Leo XIV has officially begun his papacy, and he's already making waves. A British cardinal revealed that upon being elected, Pope Leo reacted with quiet humility, but firm resolve. He says the new pope won't be afraid of tyrants, drawing comparisons to Pope Leo the Great, famous for standing up to power. Leo XIV is expected to lead with courage, compassion, and a strong moral compass, especially when it comes to defending the oppressed and confronting authoritarianism. His early tone signals a papacy ready to meet the world's toughest challenges, head-on. Like, share, and subscribe for more global updates and inspiring leadership stories. Breaking news: U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem has revealed that a migrant allegedly threatened to kill President Donald Trump. Investigators now believe the migrant may have been framed in what's being described as a possible political setup. The incident reportedly took place during a border security operation, and sources say federal agencies are now working to verify the details and motives behind the threat. In a press briefing, Noem emphasized the seriousness of any threat against the president, but urged caution as investigators dig deeper into what really happened. Analysts are warning against jumping to conclusions, noting that misinformation and politically charged narratives can easily cloud the truth. This story is still developing. Breaking news: Trump-era tariffs are back on, at least for now. A U.S. appeals court has temporarily reinstated sweeping import taxes imposed by President Donald Trump, pausing a previous ruling that had blocked them. The tariffs, affecting steel, aluminum, and other key goods, sparked controversy for years. Critics say they raise prices, while supporters argue they protect American jobs. As the legal fight continues, the future of the tariffs remains uncertain. For now, businesses and consumers may feel the impact once again. At least 70 members of the European Parliament are set to attend this year's Pride in Budapest, a bold move against Hungary's ban on LGBTQ gatherings. Hungary's government has enforced strict anti-LGBTQ laws, banning public expressions and events. But these MEPs say they're standing up for human rights and freedom of expression. Their presence is a clear message to Prime Minister Viktor Orban's administration, that EU values must be respected, even when national policies clash with fundamental rights. With tensions rising across Europe over LGBTQ rights, this act of solidarity may mark a turning point. Will Hungary respond, or crack down further? For more updates, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Let us know what you think in the comments.